Good morning, everybody. Thanks for starting the day with us. I'm Aisha Howard.
And I'm Cheryl Preheim. Thanks for waking up with us. Right now, we are under a weather impact alert as Georgia and the metro really bracing for Helene.
The storm is expected to move in today, packing rain and strong winds. So several schools, colleges, universities already closed today and Friday because of the impending storm. We do have a list for you scrolling right now at the bottom of your screen. Let's get a live look for you to see what's coming our way. Kicking it off this morning in Tampa, Florida, where people there are starting to feel the impact of Helene as it makes its way closer to landfall. Right now, we see these extremely cloudy skies. From this vantage point, we don't see a whole lot of rain coming down right now, but we know it is going to be a water-filled system.
Let's check in with meteorologist Chesley McNeil with your weather impact forecast. Chesley, what are we expecting today? Going to be a very busy 48 hours ahead.
Yeah, the rain has already begun, and so we're going to see that rain continue as we head throughout the morning into the afternoon. Really won't intensify until the center of circulation gets closer to us. Now, the storm is not expected to make landfall until later on tonight, and so it'll be through the overnight going into Friday morning that we'll have the greatest impacts of the storm around our area, but we're already feeling a lot of that wet weather out there right now. So we're talking about Hurricane Helene. Now, as it moves closer to us, obviously it will start to downgrade. Won't be a hurricane by then, but likely have tropical storm force winds around. You're talking about that heavy rain, that's going to lead to flooding. Strong winds, of course, will lead to power outages around the area. Get those trees toppling over. We're talking about winds getting up to 60, maybe even up to 70 miles per hour in some spots. There's also a tornado threat as well. Really quick, brief spin-ups was certainly possible, especially when you talk about a tropical system coming in. This is an all-day thing for us. Today into tomorrow, those impacts will be, as I mentioned, the rain, which will be very heavy, the wind, and also any tornadoes that pop up in the area. So what do you need to do? Well, get yourself prepared, folks. If you're at home today, which a lot of businesses are closed, schools are closed, you may want to just have a plan for your family just in case, maybe even a tornado hits your area, to have a place where you can go, be safe, have some batteries there, keep your phone charged up. That way you can get all the alerts right there on your phone, even from us. So you're looking at the rain out there right now. It does show where we have the heaviest rain well over toward the east, over toward the Augusta area. Not so much here in the metro area right now, but more of that is coming back from us. You may notice from the south to the north that rain is streaming into the forecast area. The storm itself way down to the south. And so we're not talking about the impacts yet. It's going to take some time for that to get on up here to the north. Again, making landfall possibly by tonight going into tomorrow morning. That's when we'll start to see those heavy winds really begin to pick up. Winds should remain on the lighter side through the day. It won't be until tonight that we'll start to see those winds begin to picking up. All right, still a Category 1 hurricane at this particular hour. We'll get another update for you probably in the next half hour or so. Could be a Category 2 by then. It is forecast to become a Category 2 hurricane later on today before making landfall possibly as a Category 4 major hurricane. That means winds up to 130, 35 miles per hour as it makes landfall. That will continue to be the case even as it slides into South Georgia. So places like Valdosta will be feeling those kind of impacts, those winds well over 100 miles per hour. As it continues to track to the north, of course, that's where it will weaken. No longer has the warm waters feeding it. So as it moves up to the north, we'll start to feel those winds getting up to about 60, maybe up to 70 mile per hour gust at times as it pushes through. The only good news with this right now is that it's a fast mover. And so it will move through pretty quickly. We'll be feeling it all morning long on Friday, and then by the afternoon, it gets out of the way. It'll be well up here to the north where it will continue to weaken and just kind of meander around just a little bit there. So here's our impacts. You're talking about 4 to 8 inches of rainfall, additional rainfall from what we received yesterday. And so locally, there'll be some higher amounts in a few spots. The winds gusting up to 40 to 60 miles per hour, a little bit higher in some spots as well, could be in the 70 mile per hour range. And again, we have that tornado risk, all right, on the east side of that track. We'll be watching that very closely as that center of circulation moves through. The threat will be greater on the east side. Will we be on the east side? We'll talk more about that in our full forecast coming up. Aisha, back to you.
All right, Chesley, thank you. We want to make sure you know what's happening minute by minute around the clock as we continue to track Helene this morning. You can watch free extended weather coverage right now on 11 Alive Plus. Download it on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Also stay weather aware with the 11 Alive mobile app in case your power goes out. Scan the QR code you see right there on your screen. You can turn on those notifications to get alerts and updates specific to your neighborhood. How are we looking out there right now, Crash? Good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Aisha. Good morning, everybody. Kind of quiet, I guess. The the calm before the storm, if we can be cliche. But if you were with us yesterday afternoon, had nothing to do with Helene. It was just a very nasty, rainy day. And believe me, we did not fare well at all. Let's take a peek at 85. Obviously, GDOT with their construction not going to be out and about doing a whole lot of work because they're in preparation for the storm itself. So Big 3 looking good. 75, 400, and I-85. Now, here's where we had flooding yesterday. So I'm going to say we're going to have possible flooding again, even though GDOT has cleared some of these drains. Connector southbound exiting to 10th, connector south at University, 285 north at Covington, and around all that construction on 285 and I-20 in DeKalb County and 166 near Sylvan Road. Folks, there's going to be a lot of that standing water out there, and as we continue to say, if you don't have to travel, stay home. Aisha.
All right, Crash, thank you. As we prepare this morning for Helene, Georgia emergency management officials are warning power outages will be significant. Heavy rain from yesterday combined with more rain and strong winds from the storm could topple trees, leading to thousands losing power. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley shows us the preparations around Metro Atlanta to get your power back on should it go off.
The rain is so heavy.
Kabir Matalib is hunkering down at a Stone Mountain restaurant before he hunkers down at home ahead of Hurricane Helene's arrival to Georgia.
So I was sitting in here eating some food with some friends, shook hands, whole power went out.
He says the outage lasted a few hours, but he knows more outages could be on the way.
You need to be able to shelter and hunker in place until it's passed.
Chris Stallings, the director of the Georgia Emergency Management Agency, urges people to prepare now by making emergency kits with enough food, water, and medicine to last you 3 days.
So when those trees start to topple, they take lines down with them, and I think we're going to see some significant power outages, probably nothing like we've seen.
Electric utilities across the state, including Georgia Power, have crews ready to respond.
If there is damage, you see a down power line, don't go near it.
Georgia Power spokesperson Matthew Ken called the biggest safety risk in this storm downed power lines.
Every storm is different, so right now we are placing crews where we think the storm is going to not hit, where it would be safest, so that we can dispatch them as soon as possible.
When electricity goes out, it kind of makes you put things in perspective.
And with perspective, Kabir Matalib reminds himself not to panic, just to prepare.
Prepared is a good word because you just don't know how it's going to go.
Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
Georgia Power says it is ready to dispatch as many crews as necessary, but because Helene will impact much of the state, Georgia Power will also have to lean on out-of-state crews and resources, and the same goes for Georgia's EMCs. They will have extra power lines, power poles, transfers, and wires on deck to respond once Helene moves through.
The city of Atlanta has activated a joint operations center to monitor street conditions for you. They'll start working at 7 this morning. We're also told chainsaw crews are on standby, ready to respond to downed trees. When it comes to city services, the Department of Public Works will operate 24/7. The same goes for 311 services, which started at midnight. The Westin Hotel's housing the city's 911 crews, allowing them to work around the clock. A live look for you this morning at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. The airport says it is preparing for potential flight cancellations. It has plans to accommodate any stranded passengers. Another closure we want to make sure you know about this morning, Grady Hospital is closing its clinics. And we want to be clear here, the hospital will remain open, but Grady says its clinics and neighborhood health centers will be closed today and tomorrow. All elective and non-urgent procedures scheduled for tomorrow will be rescheduled.
Meanwhile, Helene is expected to make landfall along Florida's Big Bend area later today. People in Florida spent yesterday boarding up their homes and businesses before heeding the warning and following the mandatory evacuations. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido is in Perry, Florida with more.
Hi everyone, 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido here. I am in Perry, Florida. We are just about 5 hours away from Metro Atlanta, and this is where we are going to be riding out Hurricane Helene. As you can see behind me, a lot of the businesses have started to prepare. Very many of them have chosen to board up their doors, and the current conditions here are just light rain. We're having some rain showers on and off, but this is an area that has consistently been hit with storms. The last major one that left a whole bunch of damage for them was Hurricane Idalia. And so people are assuming that the damages here with Hurricane Helene are going to be similar, given the fact that this is going to be coming in as a Cat 4. This is all boarded up. We spoke to the store owner of a store that is right down here that said that the roof was actually blown off the last storm that came through. So they are hoping that the same thing doesn't happen here. A lot of people heeding the warning, but not everyone can evacuate. So we're gonna ride out the storm here just to see how things go, and we'll bring you the latest from Perry, Florida.
All right, Angelina, thank you. Back here at home, all eyes are glued to our meteorologist right now.
Yeah, well, probably need to be, because you got to be aware, folks. We are under a tropical storm warning. See all that blue that you see there over much of North Georgia? That is a tropical storm warning, meaning that our winds will be at tropical storm force at times. And of course, a lot of our trees will not be able to withstand that. So you're talking about a lot of downed trees. Once you get down toward Macon and southward, that is a hurricane warning, expecting the storm to remain at hurricane strength as it continues to push further off to the north. Now, once a storm moves over land, it starts to lose a lot of its strength, but it's going to take some time as the storm continues to push further off to the north. So again, a tropical storm warning over our area. We're expecting those winds really start to pick up, but that won't be until the wee hours of the morning going into Friday morning when we'll start to feel the effects that strong. Here it is, our forecast track model. Let me walk you through it hour by hour. This morning we do have some of that heavy rain. Right now the heaviest on the east side of the state, and so our easternmost counties undergoing some of that heavy rain. It's light here in the metro area and over toward the west. It will remain that way at least through early afternoon. You'll get some moderate pockets here and there, but that'll be it. Thunderstorms will start to be embedded in a few of these once we get toward the evening. So if you have to get out this evening, be very, very careful. Now, it would have been raining all day long, and now here comes some heavy rain pushing into the forecast area. Stays that way right on through tonight. Stop to here at 10 o'clock. Widespread moderate rain. You see all the yellow in there. Some embedded thunderstorms will be in a few of those as well, and so we'll be watching that through the overnight. And then here it comes. There's the center of circulation right there. This is by 4 a.m. Notice we still have the very heavy rain. We'll be dealing with those winds along with the rain as well. The storm quickly moves further off to the north. I think we'll hold on to the rain at least through about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. By 10 o'clock, some scattered showers left over, but it still will remain on the breezy side right on through Friday morning into early afternoon. And things will begin to settle down from there, and we'll have a decent weekend coming up. We'll talk more about that, but 70 outlook coming up. Aisha?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. So as we continue to track Helene for you all throughout the day, you can watch free extended coverage right now. 11 Alive Plus, you can get that on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Also getting the 11 Alive mobile app by scanning this QR code you see right here. Set up those notifications for your neighborhood so you can know the specific forecast for you and your family.